First of all, I wanted to thank you all for coming. I really appreciate it, and our group keeps growing, and we started only that in January. And the reason I created that networking, calling beyond networking, because it's not only your network, but you can learn how to use your mind to grow your business and create different things in your life. So, I have a question for you. How many of you would like for things to happen faster in your life? Can I see a rise of hands? I can see some people don't want it.
Kevin's satisfied with this.
It's like the question, Amanda, what kind of question is that? Of course we want things to happen faster. So I am going to give you just few hints and tips how to do that. Now, anytime I speak here and you really go and you apply it, it works. If you really apply the way I would tell you to do that, those things work. And then I have here some people who already start noticing that, when you really do that, some very interesting things happen. So, first of all, if we want for things to happen faster, we need to know what we want, right? We need to, in other way, we have to set a goal. Now, I'm not going to talk much about it because that was the subject of other time, but the very important thing about setting goals is that it has to be your goal. What I mean by it, you have to be excited about this goal. Because if you set a goal because I should be doing that and you look at this like, I don't know about that, guess what? It's not going to happen at all, and not talking about happening fast. So it has to be something that is exciting. You look at the goals and yes, I really want that. Okay? When you're excited, when you feel good about it, that's a good stuff. That's number one. Number two, it's like we are the microwave society, right? It would be great if we could open the microwave, put the goal in, close the microwave, 1 minute, it's done. But the point, things don't work like that. But we can make things faster. How we make things faster? When we go away from the microwave. If we expect, goal happening faster, it will happen. But if we say it's not happening yet, right? 2 minutes later, it's not happening yet. Guess what? It's never going to happen. If you want things to happen faster, you know what you need to do? You need to become patient. The more patient you are, the faster it's going to happen. That's what opposite of the microwave. So we said, okay, I want patience and I want it right now. That doesn't work this way either. So what I am talking, how do we create patience? You see, we need to understand how we create things in our lives. We don't create anything by the way we think. Thoughts don't create anything in our lives. Thought is just intention. In other words, it's a goal. I want this, I want that, I want so many clients, I want my business to be at that place, I want the job, whatever it is. That's our goal. That is thought. But thoughts don't create anything in our lives. Thought by itself has no power to create anything whatsoever. What it creates is the feelings. Thoughts evoke feelings, and feelings create everything in our lives. So, if we want to create things in our life faster, we have to feel good. When we feel good, by feeling love, gratitude, and having fun with our goal, we become calm. The calmer we are, the more patient we are, and the goals happen faster. So we need to pay attention through our day, how we feel. Another thing is, and it's got everything to do with the patient, is that when you set yourself a goal, don't set a date when you want this goal to happen. Let me explain to you why. You see, when you set the date, said, I want this and this happen by certain day. And you say, hey, I've got plenty of time. So you keep doing things, and then the date comes close, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make that by the day. And the closer the day comes, the worse we feel. The fun, the feeling good goes away, and at the end, we are not achieving our goal. Very few people can do that. Some can, but it's very small percentage. If you want for things to happen faster, don't set the date on your goal. I'm going to give you a great example. And this is the best example. I mentioned it once, but most of you don't know it. Because it refers whether it's the business, whether it's your personal life, whether it's health, whether it's anything. I had this wonderful couple that came to see me, and he had muscular dystrophy. And he worked for a company that is very few of those jobs, and well-paid job and job of his dreams. And what happened was, because of his sickness, he couldn't do that job anymore. Now, they gave him 4 months. They gave him 4 months to get better. Because they said they will keep the job for him for 4 months. They moved him to another department. And he said after 4 months, if he can't come back, he will, if he can't come back, they will employ somebody. They can't keep it. Now, this is the job of his dreams, and very few of them in America. So he went, and his fiance came to my office, and they said and she says like this, Amanda, we have 4 months to do that. We have to do it in 4 months because the job will go. Well, I look at them and said, now think about it this way. We are talking about incurable disease. People die from it. Well, you're going to do it anyway, so don't worry about it. But if you put in your mind that you have to have this goal by the 4 months, it will never happen. I said, this is what you need to do. You need to become very, very patient. And doesn't matter in your mind if it takes 4 months, if it takes 2 years, whatever, it doesn't matter. You are going to cure incurable disease. So don't even think about it. Don't put in your mind how long it's going to take. And I told them, the tools what to do. They did exactly what I asked them to do. Do you know what happened? In a month and a half, he was back at work because all his symptoms were gone. Do you realize, see what happened? Mm-hmm. Less than half of the time he was able to do it because they became patient. It didn't matter if I get it tomorrow, if I get it next month, next year. You relax about it, you feel good, and guess what? Because you feel good, you create what you want. That's why if you want to speed up whatever we're talking, in getting clients, growing your business, you have to be very patient. And the more patient you are, the faster things going to happen. Now, of course, there's one more very important element. We have to act on it. If when I work in insurance, before what I'm doing now, which my business is going to be in a month and a half, 9 years old, I worked in insurance. And I had people who came right from a job to commission basis. And 9 o'clock they came to the office, and 5 o'clock they left. And they said, this is not working for me. Well, how many hours of those 9 to 5 did you really work? Maybe 1, maybe 2, going around, talking to people, being busy but not being effective. Busy, that doesn't make it. You are not paid in your business. All of you sitting here who have your own business, you are not paid by hour. You are paid by results. When you get the client, you make money. If you don't get the client, you're not making money. So the whole thing is use your time effectively. So what is happening is not how much from what time I'm doing, but how I'm acting on. Do I really, there are 2 things that you only need to do. When I work in insurance, my boss's boss said something so incredibly brilliant. He said, when you have your own business, or you work on commission, there are only 2 things that you do. 1, you are in front of the client. And if you are not in front of the client, you're looking for a new client. That's all. That's what we are doing here. We are You are here because you are looking for a new client. So if you take photographs, you are in front of the client. If you have you're explaining policy, you are in front of the client. If you are not doing that, you pick up the phone call, come on networking, and do all the other things that you need to do to get your clients. And at the beginning, you need to put time in it. And believe me, when you do, when you call, when things start to happen, you feel good, and everything starts to speed up. I just had two of my clients calling me, and we had only a quarter of a program, and one client who her business was just breaking even when we started the program. She told me, Amanda, my business just went 10 times up. And my other client said, Amanda, I just made the biggest sale. So always remember, you have to have the right mindset, but you also need to act on it. And when you act on it, you get excited about it, and then you say, I'm just doing everything I need to do, and I am patient. And when you do that, your business will grow faster than you imagine. You heal yourself faster. You get your relationship faster. Whatever it is that you want in your life, it will get faster. So now I'm going to tell you, I'll give you an update about the lady that I mentioned to you, because there's an incredible story. One of my, and some of you know it, but most of you don't, I had a lady come into my office. She lives in Michigan. She was visiting her sister here in Cape Coral, and the neighbor the sister's neighbor recommended me and said, go and see Amanda. Well, she walked in my office with the white cane, a blind lady. Some peripheral vision, she sat in the chair, and she couldn't see my face or my hair or anything like that. Just in the middle of eyes, zero vision. So what happened is she started the program, and at this very moment, I wanted to update you on it. I had a session with her yesterday, and at this very moment, it's been 4 months now, but as you know, she was gaining eyesight. At this moment, she told me this yesterday, that she can see the colors. Of course, she couldn't see the colors. She can read Coca-Cola and Budweiser on the trucks. She told me yesterday. She told me yesterday that she cleaned her house for the first time in over 4 years. Because over 4 years her eyesight was going down. She cleaned her windows, she vacuumed, she cleaned the bathrooms, and her friends came in and said, wow, your new cleaning lady is pretty good, your house looks amazing. He said, I did it myself. And they were like, what? She's able to walk without her stick because she can see enough. And doctors did everything possible, and her eyesight was going down, down, down. And she was told that if you lose the colors, your eyesight completely goes. So she can see all the colors, and the last color that came back was red, which was the first one to go. Then she told me that for the first time ever, in over 4 years, she was on barbecue on the 4th of July, and she could see the other person's eyes, and she made the first time in 4 years eye contact. And she made an appointment. She had got a calendar for special design for people who have problem to see, which she told me the letters, the numbers are like 1.5 inches. She couldn't, of course, see them. She couldn't see the calendar. The thing is that she said to me, she said, Amanda, because it's 11 on Monday we made it. She said, I saw the 11 for the first time. I could make it up. It's 11. She was so excited. She could actually write. So I'm saying to you, whatever you think in your wildest dreams, how powerful you are, you're barely scratching the surface of your true potential. So, any questions? Any questions?